see this particular question, the first thing is the free body diagram. In making free body diagram, only you have to take two things. Number one, gravitational force. Number two, all contact will exert a force. Nothing more than that. So let us make the free body diagram of this M. If I make the free body diagram of this M, what I am going to get, my dear students, just a second, let me fix the size part. Yes, let us see now. If I fix this M, for M the free body diagram will look like this. Free body diagram, I am only drawing the forces. The tension will be pulling it this way, the normal reaction upward, and mg downwards. This is the free body diagram giving you all the forces. Presently I have not written down any acceleration. Now there is a force F. Now take this pulley. This pulley is massless. Many times, please understand everything. While drawing free body diagram, you have to only take care of two kinds of forces. One, the acceleration due to gravity mg, that is the non-contact force. And the second thing, that every contact will have a force. These are the two forces. This is the point number one, you can say. Now whatever we have learned in last 2-3 lectures, I am putting it in keywords. Number one, in free body diagram, you have to consider only two kinds of forces. One, all the contact applying force, and the only one non-contact force, the gravitational pull. Second important thing, whenever you draw free body diagram, you break down all the forces only along two directions. One, along the plane on which the body is there. Second, perpendicular to the plane. That's it. You have to break down every force. Please understand these things. You have to break down every force only along two directions. Only two directions. One along the plane on which body is there, and one perpendicular to the plane. So here the body is lying on the horizontal plane. So already all the forces are broken in vertical and horizontal direction. Number third point is there, if there is any massless quantity, then it must always be in equilibrium. If there is any massless quantity, now here what it says that a block A of mass m is tied to a fixed point C on a horizontal table through a string passing through a massless pulley, massless smooth pulley. So this massless pulley should always be balanced in forces, always be balanced. So if I draw this massless pulley, then this massless pulley, suppose the tension in the string is T. Now along the same string, the tension is always same. If the tension in the string is T, then it is T all where? Then it is T at all points. Now understand. So in the back you have 2T and in the front you have F. Now directly you can write down F equal to 2T. Please remember that for massless objects, the forces must always be balanced. There should no external net force. For massless objects, the forces must always be balanced. This is the third thing that I am going to write down, that massless objects forces must always be balanced. Remember that. So if this is force F, then directly F should be equal to 2T. Now let us talk about the acceleration. Here the tricky part is the acceleration part. But that does not play much trick here. That is not capable of playing much tricks here. Now try to understand the relation between the accelerations. I am going to use the black pen and I am going to establish the relation between the acceleration in two different ways. And I want you to understand both the two different ways. Let us use some light color so it is visible everywhere. Yeah. Now try to understand. Suppose this is A, this is B. Now one is simple logic. See, simple logic is there. If this particular B moves x distance, suppose B moves x distance, now this means that here also the string get extended by x distance, and here also the string gets extended by x distance. Both above and below. Is this green color visible? No, it is not visible. Just wait. Yeah. Now see, if this particular thing, if this moves by a distance x, then the string is in 2. Here also. So here also it will get extended by x, and here also it will extended by x. Now this particular extension cannot come from C because it is tied at C. This particular extension has to come from here. So to move this a distance x, for the pulley to move a distance x, the above string should also get extended by x, and the below string also should get extended by x. So to move this pulley by x distance, we need 2x unit of string, and that can only be obtained from M. So to move this distance x, this must move 2x distance, because when this will move 2x distance, x will go above, x will go below, then only it will move x distance. So by logic we can say that acceleration of point B is basically acceleration of point A divided by 2. Why? Because when this will move x distance, then this whole length x will get divided into 2 equal parts, 2x, x by 2, x by 2. Then it will only move x by 2 distance. So acceleration of point B, let me write it down in good ink pen. So acceleration of point B will be acceleration of A divided by 2. Is this thing clear to you all? Say yes. Please say. Is my voice coming? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I want you to listen. Is my voice coming continuously?
Yes.
Okay. Now see. Let me explain it once more. Now the tension along the same string is always same. So now see, please understand. Suppose this moves, please understand, if the point A moves by a distance x, then this x length of a string, this moves a length x, a distance x. So x length of a string, suppose this is here, do not move it, just move it a distance x. So you will free an x length of a string. Say yes. If this comes from here to here, then x length of a string will be here, left. Say yes. Now this x length of a string will be divided into 2 equal parts, x by 2 above and x by 2 below. Say yes. Because from here you are not obtaining any extra length. So if this moves x, the string freed will be only x. The string freed will be x. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
But this freed string of x length will get divided into 2 equal parts, x by 2 and x by 2. Then this point B will move a distance of x by 2. Say yes. So that's what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say is that acceleration of A divided by 2 will be equal to acceleration of B. Because when this moves x, then this gets to move only x by 2. So acceleration of A divided by 2 will be equal to acceleration of B. Say yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So if this has, say, acceleration A, then this is massless. So acceleration basically does not matter here. But if it would have some mass, then the acceleration would be A by 2. Is the whole question clear to you? Say yes.
Do we prove that the displacement is 2x, sir?
No, no, what? Please ask again.
Sir, they asked in the question that show that the distance is x.
Yeah.
The distance.
That's what I am proving. That's what I am proving. That's I proved here. Show that if the pulley is displaced by a distance x, the block will be displaced by 2x. That's what I proved. That if block is displaced by x, then the pulley only gets displaced by x by 2. So whatever is the displacement of pulley, its double will be the displacement of the block. Did you understand it or not?
Yes, sir.
Is the whole question clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Now what is the acceleration of the block? The acceleration of the block can be very easily written down. The acceleration of the block, because in this direction the t will be equal to directly ma, and 2t is f, so t is f by 2. So the acceleration of the block is f by 2m. Now the whole question and the solution is on the board. Is there any doubt at any place? Please ask. Is this thing clear?
Yes, sir.
Now understand the fourth point here. The first point that I told you, for make free body diagram. In free body diagram only two forces, earth gravitational force and every contact force. Second, break down all the forces only along two directions. One along the plane on which body is kept and one perpendicular to the plane. If there is any massless object, then above, whether even if the massless object is moving, doesn't matter. About it the forces must always be balanced. And the fourth important point, that in free body diagram you draw all the forces, but to get the relation between acceleration, try to follow the string pattern. To get relation between acceleration, follow the string. Writing down forces is one thing and writing down acceleration is other thing. There are two things that you have to do. Forces, writing down forces is simple, but what object is having what acceleration, that you have to follow the string part properly. Are all the 4 points clear to you all? Say yes. Now I'm going to do all these questions and I want you all to look at these questions very properly. That is what is most required, to look at these questions very properly. See, doing these questions is not a difficult task, but you must do them very properly. Let us start from A. Now, for the first thing, let us make free body diagram. Let us make simple free body diagrams. Now, here how many strings we have? This is one string. Like this, it is tied at this end and like this. Then we have another string like this. This pulley is again massless. So what let us do? Let us assume that in this string the tension is T2, and in this string let us assume that the tension is T1. So we have this tension. Let me make it like this. Now in one string the tension always remains same. So like this we have. Now let us draw the free body diagram. Firstly, I am going to draw the free body diagram. The free body diagram of this 4 kg block is very simple because only two forces are there, the tension upward and mg downwards, that is 4g downwards. This is the only thing that we have. Let us draw the free body diagram of this 5 kg block. For this 5 kg block, there is only two things. The tension, this is T1 that is acting, T2 upward, and mg, that is 5g downwards. If you draw the free body diagram of this pulley, then this pulley is massless. Anything that is massless should always be in equilibrium. So 2T1 is acting upward because T1 here, and T2 is acting downwards. So we have a relation between T1 and T2. Remember that the acceleration, even if the massless thing is moving, doesn't matter. All the forces about a massless object should always be balanced. This you must always remember. So this gives a relation between T1 and T2. This gives relation between T1. Now, presently I have only written down the forces. Now we have to write down the acceleration. Please understand. Now we have to write down the acceleration. Let us see the acceleration part. See, for massless object you never write down acceleration because it is not required. Why not required? Because the forces are always balanced. Now, in different situations, you have to analyze, and there are different ways of analysis. Now, let us write down the acceleration of this and this. Assume any acceleration or get a relation between length. The relation between length on differentiating gives relation between a velocity, which on differentiating gives relation between acceleration. Now consider this 5 kg object moves x unit downwards. Please understand. Please understand. It is very easy. Now, it is common sense. Now 5 kg is definitely greater than 4 kg. So this will move downward. Now if 5 kg object moves x unit downward, then both these strings must move x units. That means this pulley comes down, but to move the pulley x down, here also x length of string is required. Here also x length of string is required. Now this will move x down, then this pulley will move x down because this string is constant. So this moves x down. So this particular thing, this string length also get stretched by x. This also get stretched by x. So we need 2x unit of length, and this 2x unit of length has to be provided with this 4 kg because the free end of the string is only here. This is fixed end. There is a knot here. So the free end has to move 2x upward. So that it can move x downward. What it means that if this has an acceleration a downward, then this will have an acceleration 2a upward. Now write down the acceleration part. The 5g has acceleration a downward, then this has acceleration 2a upward. Because understand once more, if this block moves x downward, then this pulley has to move x downward. Then this pulley is attached to two strings. So both strings have to get extended by x. So total length of string needed will be 2x. Now this 2x length of string has to be only provided by this. This has to move 2x upward. Then this moves 2x upward. Then here we get xx. This is the acceleration relation. Any doubt regarding this? First tell me. Is this thing clear to you all? Say, okay. How many of you got this right? Okay, no problem. Now here if we write down the equation for calculation of acceleration and all, this will give us 2t1 equal to t2. This will give us t1 minus 4g is equal to 8a. Because the acceleration is 2, and from this comes from here, this comes from here, and from here it is downward. So 5g minus t2 is 5a. 3 equations, 3 variable. Easily you can find out a, t1 and t2. Solving equations is not a big deal. We have solved linear equation in 2 variable in class 9th and 10th. That is not the big deal. The big deal is analyzing the situation and making equations. Is this
explain that how do we get the 2a?
See. You see here very properly. and be in complete contact with me when I analyze it. You have to think a little. You have to think a little. Now see. Let us analyze it once more. See here. If this moves x downwards, say yes.
Sir.
Please say. So this also has to move x downward. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
So we have a string. Now the pulley is here presently, and the pulley comes here. Say yes. So if you talk about the string, to make the pulley move x downwards, we need x unit of length here and x unit of length here. That is total 2x unit of length is required to move the pulley x downwards. Is this thing clear?
Yes, sir.
See, just analyze it very simply. This is the pulley and this is the string. Now you can understand in two different ways. Please understand in two different ways. If I move the pulley x forward by x unit, then here also I need x more units. Here also I need x unit of string length. Here also I need x unit of string length. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
So to move it distance x, I need 2x length of cord, length of string. Is this thing clear?
Yes, sir.
So in such situations, to move a pulley by x units, understand, apply the whole brain. To move pulley by x units, we need 2x units of rope. Is this thing clear?
Yes.
Now understand, so this 2x units, now rope has only two ends. Please see here. But this end is fixed and this end is movable. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
So if you want 2x units here, then this block should move 2x unit upward to free 2x units of length, which can be adjusted here as x and x. Is this thing clear? So if this moves x unit down, then this moves 2x units up. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
That means if this has acceleration a downward, then this will have acceleration 2a upward. Say yes. Is this thing now clear to you? Very good. So this is first question. See, initially we did not need to worry about acceleration because it was along a constant string. But now we need to worry. Writing forces is one thing, writing acceleration is other thing. Please copy. I will explain question second part. To this. Now we want to find out the acceleration and everything. Firstly, write down the forces of each. The concept of writing down forces is simple. Gravitational force and contact force, only two forces, nothing more than that. And all forces should be broken down only along two directions. So this 2 kg block, if I talk about, this 2 kg block has 2g acting downwards, normal reaction acting upward, and tension T. Along one string you have one tension. Along a string, tension cannot vary. So this is T, this is T, the tension everywhere is T. Let's call it T1. And along this string, the tension is T2. So this is the free body diagram of forces for block A. How many of you got it right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, forces should be right. Then slowly acceleration, don't worry. We are learning. We are not learned. Now 5G and T2 above. Did you take T1, T2? Different string, different tensions. Along one same string, same tension. Along the string, tension cannot vary. Is this thing clear to you all, students? How many of you got this right? Now, to get a relation between T1 and T2, for the massless pulley, the 2T1 acts upward, T2 acts downward. And since the pulley is massless, about any massless object, the forces must always be balanced. So 2T1 equal to T2. This directly comes into play. Is this thing clear? How many of you got all the forces on these three right?
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. I appreciate. Now we have written down forces. Now it's time to write down acceleration. The free body diagram has two parts. Initially it cannot be told, otherwise lot of burden on the brain. Slowly. Now acceleration part. Now again you have to make a little analysis. But the analysis is very simple. Please understand. This string has this fixed and this moving. Again, if this block goes X down, then this pulley has to go X down. But for the pulley to go X down, we need X unit of rope here and X unit of rope here. Pulley will move down by X unit when we have 2X unit of rope. Now this is the tight end, this is the fixed end, and this is the free end. So free end will move so that it moves 2x. So I can simply say, if the acceleration of this is a, then the acceleration of this block comes out to be 2a. Is this thing clear to you all?
Once again, experiment, sir.
Once again, see, once again see it. Things are very easy. Again, same situation. In all these three, we have the same situation. Yeah. Once again, listen. Please listen very carefully and keep on saying yes. If this moves X downwards, say yes.
Yes, sir.
Now this part is fixed. So pulley will also move X downward. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
Now pulley is tied with a string. To make the pulley move X downwards, we need X units of length of a string here and X units of length of a string here. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
For the pulley to move X unit downward, we need 2X unit of free string. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
Now 2X units of free string is needed. This part is fixed. So who will move? This end will move. How much? 2x. If this moves 2x, you get 2 units of free string, which you adjust x and x both sides. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
So this is x, then this becomes 2x. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
So in the same ratio, acceleration and velocity is there. So if this has acceleration a downward, then this will have acceleration 2a in this direction. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
Now you write down acceleration. Writing down forces is one thing. So this has acceleration a and this has acceleration 2. Is this thing clear? Say yes.
Yes, sir.
Did any one of you got the acceleration part right? Okay, no problem. From this, we get T1 is equal to 2g into 2a, 4ag. And from this, we have 5g minus T2 is equal to 5a. So we have one equation, we have two equations, we have three equations which we can solve very easily. Is this thing clear to you all students? Solving this is not a big deal. Simply put T1, T2, anybody can solve. But writing this, the analysis part is main. Please copy down. Let us come to the C part now. C part, it is very easy. Now again, for the 2 kg block, along the same rope, tension cannot vary because it is massless. So along this rope, let us take T1, 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 and this rope, let us take T2. So again, you can see that equations are kind of same. For 2 kg block, you have 2g downwards and T1 upwards. This is for the 2 kg block. For 1 kg block, you have g downwards and T2 upwards. For the pulley, since it is massless, the forces will be balanced. So 2T1 upward, T2 downward. So 2T1 will be equal to T2. This is the force diagram, and from the pulley, a direct force relation. How many of you got this right? Tell students. Now, let us analyze the acceleration part. Again, for this string, this is the fixed end and this is the free end. So whatever supply of string will be there will be from the free end. Is it okay? Say yes. Yeah, please say yes. If this moves x downwards, say yes. Then this pulley will also moves x downward. Say yes. Say yes. For the pulley to move x downward, we need x unit of rope here and x unit of rope here. That is, we need 2x unit of rope. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
So if pulley moves x downwards, we need 2x units of rope. And this rope cannot be provided from fixed end. This will come from free end. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
So this will move up 2x units. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, you can say that if this has acceleration a upward, then this will have acceleration 2a downward. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have the relations. Now for 2g, it is 2a downwards. And for this is a upwards. So writing down for this, 2g minus T1 is equal to 4a. Writing down for this one, T2 minus g is a. 3 equations, very simple linear equations, which you can very easily solve. Please copy down. Yes. Now I'm going to do it, and I want all of you to compare it. Now, firstly, we are going to write down the forces. Along one rope, same tension. The method is fixed. So T1, T1, T1 on the rope T2. Let us first write down the forces for 2m mass. So the forces for 2m mass, if you write down, it's only 2 forces, 2mg acting downwards and T2 acting upwards. Let us write down the forces for this m mass. This m mass is on a wedge. So mg is acting downwards. Please understand, mg is acting downwards. Now what I have told you, you have to break down every force only along 2 directions. Only along 2 directions. One, along the plane on which the object is there, and one perpendicular to the plane. So mg is downward, so you will get this component and this component. This 30 degree, so this again becomes 30 degree. So this mg cos 30 degree and mg sin 30 degree. Okay, now let us write down the forces. For this, you have in the backward direction mg sin 30 degree, in the downward direction mg cos 30 degree, here P1 and the normal reaction. And for this pulley, very special pulley connecting to different forces. So pulley, on this pulley we have 2T1 and T2. How many of you got all the three force diagrams, say, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good, very good, very good. You are learning, very good. You are learning good. I am a good teacher. Okay. Now, let us write down the acceleration part. Probably this time you might have understood. Now, so how much? Let us see. If this mass goes x unit downward, the same thing I am repeating. If this goes x unit downward, say yes,
Yes, sir.
then the pulley will also go x unit downward. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
So here also we need x length of a string. Here also we need x length of a string. Say yes. So total we need 2x length of a string. Here this is fixed and this is moving end. So this has to move 2x distance up to get to free 2x units of string. Is this thing clear?
Yes, sir.
So if this has acceleration a downward, this will have acceleration 2a in this direction. Say yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have, did any one of you got this acceleration part right? A and 2a.
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. You all are learning. Now let us write down the equations. The equations are really easy. From this, you have T2 equal to 2T1. From this, you get 2mg minus T2 is equal to 2ma. And from this direction, you have T1 minus mg sin 30 degree is equal to 2a 2am. Are all the three equations clear to you all? Say yes.
Yes, sir.
Did you understand today? A little bit more, probably you will be feeling very good. Acceleration and force part? Say yes. Now we'll move to non-inertial frame, pseudo free objects. Please copy down.